You want my name? I'll slit your gizzard.
Murder, suicide and a headless apparition all await the most haunted team at Chatham Dockyard. Chatham was one of Britain's most important dockyards for 400 years, but in addition to its rich maritime history, ghostly tales abound of apparitions and murderous intrigue. With all that in mind, we just had to come and investigate Chatham Dockyard. Royal naval ships were being built and repaired at Chatham Dockyards as far back as the reign of Henry VIII. Chatham's naval past is a proud one, and it was here that HMS Victory, Nelson's famous flagship at the Battle of Trafalgar, was built. But tragedy did strike the dockyard in 1667, when the Dutch fleet attacked the harbour, destroying numerous ships and appropriating the Navy's flagship, Royal Charles. Throughout its history, the dockyard was at the forefront of modernisation in the shipbuilding industry and expanding its skills to producing submarines in the 20th century. Although the dockyard ceased operation in 1984, its tales of ghostly hauntings have continued to this day. And so the most haunted team had been called in to investigate. Along this passageway behind me, a young boy was murdered and decapitated. Ever since then, his headless ghost has been seen wandering endlessly. Two dueling cavaliers have been seen fighting a bloody battle at this very spot. Many strange occurrences have happened here at the joiner's workshop. Horses' hooves have been heard outside, people have been dragged off their chairs inside, and a dark shadow walks towards people that stand in its way.
We have a very different site here. We have the historic dockyards at Chatham, and there isn't one haunted location. There are many haunted locations around the place. Starting where I'm sitting now in the Commissioner's house, the hub of the whole place. The Port Admiral lived here, and there are many ghostly sightings here. There's the ghost of a grey lady that wanders the staircase and along the landing. There's the ghost of a man that we believe to be one of the commissioners that was responsible for the worst defeat the British Navy has ever known, Peter Pett. He was never forgiven, was thrown in the Tower, and they believe that his ghost still haunts this place to this day.
This room was used to make the ship's flags and sails, and many machinists that worked here often reported seeing a woman wearing a long flowing dress accompanied by the strong smell of lavender. They would also report being touched on the shoulder whilst they were working, and many staff members absolutely refused to enter this room on their own.
Behind the Commissioner's house is the sail and colour loft. There is a ghost of a lady, another grey lady, and she's a strange one. She's dressed in good clothes. They believe that she is possibly one of the overseers in that building. But the amazing thing about her is that she's got no feet. She actually appears to be hovering. And I believe she could well be the ghost that's responsible for pushing and bullying, if you like, the machinists in the sail and colour loft.
We've been doing ghost walks around the dockyard now for about 4 years, and we've experienced strange apparitions. People who in the group have said they've seen people as we've been talking. In this house itself, I've been involved in 2 ghost watches, and we know that we have the presence of a woman who's affectionately known as Mary, who took her own life in the house, and she's come to me on numerous occasions. I'm always aware of her presence.
Most of the hauntings, to be quite honest with you, around here are not malevolent, benign ghosts, if you like, ghosts that possibly are quite happy to be around here. But in the joiner's shop, it's a different situation. There are dark, evil shadows that are seen wandering around, and people get this horrible feeling of foreboding when they're in there. In other words, whatever haunts that building doesn't want them to be there.
I've actually been pushed pushed over. I've been rocked backwards and forwards as well, which is quite strange. The most common thing that happens is the cold spots though. You manage to walk into a room, you'll feel the temperature drop dramatically, which is quite strange.
The Commissioner's house is the most haunted place in the dockyard. It's said that a young girl hung herself from these back stairs when she found out her lover had been killed during battle. Since then, her spirit is said to roam this upper floor, just waiting for her lover to return. Women's screams and cries have been heard, and also dark shapes have been seen. So, is this place haunted? We have 24 hours to find out.
I think tonight's the most likely place, if anything is going to be present, it will be here inside Commissioner's house, because this is where everything has been experienced over the years, and not just recently. It's going back to the 1800s that people have been aware of a woman in the house looking out of the window.
Now Phil, this is a very, very interesting place because we've got so many different areas and supposedly all haunted.
Supposedly, yes. Outside there's an area near a building called the Ropery. Now, rumour has it that there's a headless drummer boy that's been seen there. In tragic circumstances, he was murdered, beheaded, and is apparently seen walking down there at night. Where else do you think is very, very active? Well, outside there's a place called the Joiner's Workshop. Now, upstairs in one of the back corners, there's a dark presence being seen. Be very careful if anybody goes there on their own, though, because it comes towards you.
You're smiling as you're saying this.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of an adrenaline rush. I'm excited to do these vigils tonight. I want to get on with it.
Would you say that this is an incredibly active place?
Well, going through my research notes and speaking to people recently, I would say yes, it is a very active place. We stand a good chance of catching something on camera today.
With such a colourful history and so many ghost stories, we were all intrigued to know what might happen on the investigation. During the day, there was a chilling wind, but as darkness fell, this intensified, rattling windows and door frames and creating a truly oppressive atmosphere. With the arrival of medium Derek Akora, the team was complete and we were ready to explore this foreboding dockyard.
I'm aware of, at times, a woman's energies. And it's not just her, but at this moment I'm picking up on the residual. A woman's energies moving between these two rooms. And this woman, come on Sam, you give that back to me again. This woman, if we can, I know it might sound awkward, if we go into that next room, I'll pick up the energy stronger, I feel. Yes. Now, it's even more evident in this atmosphere here in this room, because it's like the psychic antenna, so to speak, is activated here in this energy. So she would spend a lot more time in this room, but she moves about. She doesn't come through the doors. When she just through the wall. And this woman, her attitude, her personality is very bossy. And she was used to, I feel, it's only a feeling at the moment, because she is not active here in this room yet. But I know she moves about this house, absolutely.
Is she here all the time? Is she grounded?
She is.
Right.
Yeah, she's not just in visitation.
Why is she grounded?
I feel it's not a bad person, by the way. A good person, a person who like discipline. Person, because I feel as if I'm all discipline, that's her energy doing this to me. And it's like I'm looking at the crew here and saying, hey, now come on, you do this and you do that. So she was like, I don't know, say, a boss or a forewoman, supervisor. She was over people. And this lady left the physical body from here as recent as 1955, 56, 56.
Oh, right. As recent as that?
Yes. And what I do know, before we go any further, she's absolutely, since being in the spirit body, she's come across other energies in this place. And she's absolutely, it's abhorrent to her. It's abhorrent.
Are you able to give us a description of what she looks like at the moment?
Not until I actually get the link with her, but I will.
Where do you want to go now, then? if you feel